We've already had the pleasure of meeting Glenn Fubler. We've met with Calix Smith. And now I'm so excited to introduce to everyone Nikki Bascome. He's an amateur boxer, 21 years of age. Let's hear his story. Nikki?
All right. Right then.
Thank you. So, Nikki.
Yes.
I mean, in a way, I want to get up and try on your belt.
Yeah.
Does it clap for us? Oh, okay. What is it like to box and win these awesome challenges and take home something of this magnitude? What is that like for a 21-year-old?
It's humbling, you know what I mean?
Mm.
It just feels good to
Yeah.
come back home and just chill after all the hard work, you know?
So give us the history. How did you get into boxing?
I started when I was about 15.
Okay.
It was like, I was like getting in a lot of trouble as a youth, so some people told me about boxing. Charlie Wade, to be exact. Then I went to the gym, and then it was history after that. Just kept with it then, you know?
So boxing could easily be sort of a positive alternative to some of the energy that we're seeing in the community.
Yeah, definitely.
So how does someone go, because you're an amateur now.
I'm an amateur.
How do you move from an amateur into the professional league, if you wish?
Well, if you want to be a good pro, you're gonna try to fight open class as an amateur for a little while to get the experience, because some guys have like hundreds and hundreds of fights. Some guys have 30 fights before they go pro. And then some guys don't have no fights at all, but at the end of the day, it shows in the ring, like who's putting in the work as an amateur. So I'm trying to get at least 30 or 50 as an amateur, or 30 probably.
And that sounds like a smart path, because you're actually building your confidence, you're building your strength, you're understanding your opponents. Do you watch a lot of boxing matches, or you just show up in the ring?
Always. I watch boxing all the time. I watch it all the time. Like,
who's your favorite?
Floyd right now.
Okay.
Floyd Mayweather.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like Pacquiao. I like, you know, other guys too, but Floyd, just because his discipline, his hard work, you know? And I just like how he boxes too, like real smart.
So would you say that, you know, what aspects of boxing, I should say, really draws you to remain committed to your craft?
It clears my head, you know what I mean? It keeps me focused as a individual, like. So, like when I tell everybody, like when I go to the gym, that's me time, like, you know, that's my time.
So you shut off the sound.
I shut off the
no Facebook, no BBs.
Like, no BBs, nothing. That's me time, like. So, it's like humbling for me, like it like helps me in everyday life, like. Keeps me disciplined, like washing my clothes or cleaning my room. Like it keeps me focused, like, you know what I mean? So.
Okay. Now, is this belt something that you have to give back after a period of time? I think it's permanently on me. I'm gonna have to wear this forever.
It's yours. Yeah.
So what, I mean, let's go back to the idea of boxing as an alternative, because again, we're in a climate where there's a lot of violence. You know, my first question. Let's go back to: do you feel that boxing truly is a sport, and why? Yeah,
it's a sport. It's competitive, and people don't understand the work you have to put in. Like, like it's an individual sport, so it's more like mental than anything, because you don't. It's like when you get tired, it's not like football. You could pass the ball.
Right. You gotta keep.
I mean, you gotta keep going and fighting. But yeah, it's a sport, definitely.
Well, if it wasn't for the belt, I wouldn't believe you're a boxer. You have no bruises, no scratches. Have you won every competition?
Nah, I haven't won every.
No.
Nah, I lost about 4 fights. I'm at 10 fights. I'm at about 15 fights, but one of them was an exhibition. So I'm
and
lost.
what's that means? Just for show?
Exhibition, yeah, that was like my first little tap around, but I'm lost 4. 2 of them I believe was controversial, but
what you mean by that?
Like I fought in Trinidad once, and I beat the guy. Obviously, everybody knew, And then they tried to say some stuff about that. They gave me standing 8 count, whatever. And then it was like, after that, it just kept me going forward. I didn't worry about it. It was like happened for a reason, I guess, because look where I am now, like, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's all
growth.
experience, yeah. It's all experience. So.
Okay. And you mentioned Trinidad. Where else have you boxed?
I boxed Puerto Rico, Boston, Trinidad. I've been to St. Martin once with some people, but we never fought. Ohio, Orlando, all across Florida, like, you know.
Okay.
So,
what's your worst experience boxing?
letting that get to my head at one point. Like, when I went to Puerto Rico, like, my ego was all, like, high. Like, I thought nobody could tell me nothing. I was going out training. Then when I went out there and fought, I wasn't mentally prepared, yeah. So that was my worst experience, but I learned from it, so, you know.
How do you prepare?
Train twice a day.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what does training include? What does training include? Because you can look at me and you can see I'm a vet girl.
Yeah.
So when I think of training, you know, first of all, it's me time, yes. It's me trying to keep up with the with the rest of the group. But
you have a routine, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like what does that include?
Like my routine right now is like I come up to college mornings, like, and I got a friend I train with, so it makes it a little easier for me while I'm there, because when I go out there, I'm by myself, like, in the cold in the morning, so it's like I run around the field for about half an hour and stuff, and then we guys do our sit-ups, shadow boxing, you know what I mean, go in the gym and then lift some weights, then relax, and then go back to the gym at 6, then do my regular routine, do like 6 rounds of shadow boxing, 6 rounds on the big, you know what I mean? And it's like, it keep going, like go by rounds, like, you know what I mean? 3-minute rounds.
How long did you say you're in the gym for?
Like boxing?
Yeah, just when you're preparing for the fights?
When I'm awake, Monday to Friday, twice a day.
Okay.
So I rest like Saturday and Sunday.
And of course, it's more than just the working out. What type of diet do you have to have as a boxer?
Supposed to have a good diet. That's one of my weaknesses.
A lot of protein?
Yeah. Chicken, fish, you know what I mean? I just gotta stop eating starches, really. You know what I mean?
That would be my hardest thing.
Right.
I like rice.
For me too, yeah. I love rice. I was brought up on rice.
Rice.
Yeah, so.
Okay, so, you know, what are your thoughts of, and we mentioned in the beginning, you know, again, maybe using boxing as an alternative, you know, and you see two boys who fight constantly, instead of, you know, we can twist the discipline in a way where they can actually go into a ring and learn how to do it. What do you think of that? Like a boxing academy here in Bermuda?
That's great. It's just like, there's no fighters, that's the only thing, you know what I mean? It's great. It's a good way to, like, humble people, because, like, who wants to fight? Like, if you're in your ring, let me tell you, when you get hit, you get hit. Like, you're not going to want to fight, because you know, like, what it feels like to get hit. You know what I mean? So, yeah, of course. I think it's great idea, but there's no fighters like that that's willing to, like, be dedicated and put in the work. That's the hard thing about it.
Do you think it should be sort of a recruitment at a younger age? Like if you have a 9-year-old, for instance, who fights constantly, and you see that, you know, they need that discipline, they need that structure. You know, would that be a good age for people to start? Yeah. Because I don't think people think of children boxing. There are so many people who think they equate boxing with violence.
Right. Trust me, children box in America and all over the world. You see them like 5 years old in the ring.
And you mentioned that there are some children at the gym that you attend. Yeah. And they're boxing.
Yeah. They're not sparring really, because it's not that much young. But out there they are. The little children are sparring. It's just like, out there is different from her, because like they're so like poor, like, and how can I say it? So it's a way out for them. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. For me, it's a way out for me. You know what I mean? Because I'm a young man at 21, so it's a way out for me. So I put my all into it. You feel me?
Okay, yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. And you know, when we talk about professional boxing, where do you see yourself in another 10 years?
Hopefully, in Miami for big hosts. No.
Yeah. On cribs. Yeah, shout out to Chavon on the couch, on the couch crew in Bermuda.
Yeah, shout out to Fresh and Hungry.
What's Fresh and Hungry?
Yeah, this is my rap group.
Hey, you got a rap group too?
Yeah.
How do you find time in between working out, you can hit the mic?
Yeah, well, like music is just something that comes by feeling, so.
You know, I have something I always say, music is healing.
Yeah.
Art is healing.
For real,
it is. You believe that as well?
Yes.
So just take us quickly into your experience as an artist, as a musician.
It's fun.
Yeah?
It's real fun. I love it.
Is that your downtime? That's how you chill?
Yeah,
Boxing is your job.
Yeah.
Music's how you chill.
Well, they're both really my passion.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's I just have to balance it. That's the hardest thing. So I love it. It's fun. You know what I mean?
You see yourself in the future maybe opening some type of boxing academy, grooming people to expand the number of boxers we have on the island?
Once I'm finished with my career, I have to do me first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people get sidetracked trying to help others, and
yeah. Once I do me, then yeah, of course, I want to see young people be something great. You know what I mean? So.
Okay. Well, do you have any fights that you're working towards now?
Yeah, actually, I'm leaving Thursday.
Oh.
Yeah, I leave Thursday, go into training camp, and train out there for 2 weeks, and then I fly to Ohio for Arnold Classic. Yeah.
What's the Arnold Classic?
It's Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, he has a lot of these, right?
He has like this big competition every year, like so. It's got all different stuff from boxing to gymnastics, like, and it's like so many people that come, like a big convention.
Okay.
So I'll be there.
It would be you and other Bermudians from other sports, or just be you?
It would be other people there if they're interested. Like, I don't know what they're interested in. It could be doing martial arts or something. I don't know, or bodybuilding. Right. Because it's a bodybuilding thing too. So
okay.
Yeah. I'm seeing Bermudians there. Like normally we go up with the kickboxers. Like. Okay. But because I'm working on going pro, I think I'm getting by myself really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because your focus is different.
Yeah, we're trying to get the experience, the fights up under my belt.
Well, I'm really excited about what you're doing, Nikki, and it's a real pleasure to see, you know, a young, progressive black man who has his eyes set on a goal, despite whatever you've been through in your life. You know, you're very focused, and I think that's admirable for a 21-year-old.
Thank you.
So I truly wish you all the best.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes. In just a few minutes. In just a few minutes, we'll return with our final guest on the couch.
You know, puberty kicks in and you know, everything else goes sideways. So, you know, try to get it back on our focus.